All right, set 5, we're going to solve and check. Solve implies an equal sign. We're actually going to come up with x equals 4, 1, negative 2 halves, 2/3, whatever it is. But because we are working with fractions, we have to check. You must check because you cannot have a 0 in the denominator. So you always have to check to make sure that there is no 0 in the denominator when you're dealing with variables in the denominator. Alright, so let's start with 3 halves plus 1 over x is 2. Now, what makes equals a little bit different from just simplifying, which we've been doing for the last few days, is that I don't have to get common denominators when I'm equaling and when I'm solving. I get to get rid of denominators. So I'm not multiplying by common denominators, I'm multiplying by the denominator. So in this case, I'm going to be multiplying by 2 and x, because those are the denominators. So that's what I'm going to be multiplying to everything. 2 and x to 3 halves, 2 and x to 1x, and 2 and x to 2. And the reason I do that is because it's going to cancel my denominators. Therefore, I have no fractions. So this will leave 3x, 2, 4x, so 2 is x. And all I need to do is put it back in, check it. It's not going to give me a 0, so I'm good. Okay, 3 over x plus x is 4. The common denominator here, or the one you're going to multiply by, is x. So I'm going to multiply by x. But when I multiply by x, I got to make sure I do it everywhere, so that it cancels the one I'm looking for, and everything else gets multiplied. If I have a square, I need to set it equal to 0 so that I can factor and solve. And when I factor and solve, I need to make sure that that works. If I put a 3 in, I don't get a 0, I'm good. If I put a 1, I don't get a 0, I'm good. You're done. Alright, now when it comes to here, I need to consider factoring. Like always, factor, 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 factor. This, when I factor, is x and x minus 2. Well, those are pieces of the ones I already have. Therefore, that's all I need. I need to multiply by x and x minus 2 to everything. Because when I do that, I'm already taken out the other pieces. You always must factor first. Factor, factor, factor. Put it in its simplest form, and you'll find that it will help you. Everything cancels, leaving 10. This leaves 4x minus 8 and equals 5x. 10 and 8 is 2. Move the 4x. You get x. Check it though. If I put 2 in to my denominator, that one's okay. But if I put 2 over here, not okay. So what happens is that we're actually going to reject. And since there are no solutions left, no solution is the answer. So make sure you check it, because 2 does not work. Since 2 does not work, there are no answers. Therefore, the actual answer is no solution. Alright, this one's a little bit different because it's just a fraction equals a fraction. And when you have a fraction equals a fraction, yes, you might want to go, okay, I'm going to multiply by 4x, and I'm going to multiply by x plus 2, and you're absolutely correct. The only thing is the shortcut version is just do it once by cross multiplying. So we get 3x plus 6 is equal to 20x. So 6 is equal to 17x. X is equal to 6/17. When I put it in, I don't get 0, so I'm okay. It's the exact same concept as if I would have multiplied by 4x and canceled, and multiplied by x plus 2 and canceled. It's the exact same concept. It's just less work. So if you have fraction equal fraction, and this is the only place it works, it does not work on the other ones because of these plus minus signs that were going on in the problem. You can't do it. But if you just have fraction equal fraction, you can. So let's try that one more time. If you have negative 2x minus 1, x minus 8, and x minus 1. Minus 2x plus 2, x squared minus 9x plus 8, 0, x squared minus 7x plus 6, x minus 6, x minus 1, so x is 6 or 1. 6 is okay, 1 is not. Reject, and only 6 is your answer. Alright, last one. 2 over x plus 1 plus x over x minus 1 is 2 over x squared minus 1. Whenever this happens, look to factor, please, because you're going to find when you factor, the pieces of the factor already are the pieces of the other one. Therefore, you only need to multiply by the one that's missing, because those go away. The x minus 1 that you would have had there goes away. The x plus 1 that you would have had there goes away. So the only thing that you need is the one that was missing for 2x minus 2. Don't forget to distribute. X squared plus x equals 2. So we get x squared plus 3x minus 4. Factor, we get x plus 4, x minus 1. So x is negative 4 and 1. Check them. Negative 4 works because it doesn't give me a 0, but when I put 1 in, it's okay there, but it is not okay there. So we're going to reject and just have x equals negative 4. Make sure to factor, 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 factor. I cannot stress enough, factor, factor, factor. But that is set 5.